What's shaking its bacon? And you know, the Taken King is adding a lot of new things to do in Destiny. Think about it. We got new exotic bounties, the raid, the dreadnought, new things to collect, the Crucible, the new maps that are coming in the Crucible. So it's just a lot to experience. But I was thinking, what about our old experiences? Now, the House of Wolves added 2 new event type thingies, one for PvP and one for PvE. You got the Prison of Elders and you got the Trials of Osiris. And I was curious as to what was to become of those experiences. Like, how are they planning on treating them after the Taken King? So, first off, thinking about Trials of Osiris, it's such a success. So many people love the Trials of Osiris, and even though they have everything they could possibly want, they still play the Trials because it's a lot of fun. That intensity when it comes to wanting to win, carrying other people, being carried, whatever, you get a rush from playing Trials of Osiris. So I don't think they want that to go out the window. If anything, I think they want to nurture that feeling. And to further nurture that feeling, you'd have to add new content to it. And by new content, I mean new rewards, new things to aspire towards. Because that is originally what drew in the most attention. People were like, I want this new stuff. This is how I'm going to get it. And I need to play me some Crucible for it. And people grinded, they worked hard, and they got what they wanted. But now, a lot of us are at an optimal state where we're like, we have everything we want. But because everything is kind of being laid flat, we're getting a renewal when the Taken King comes out. You kind of want some new stuff for your rewards, right? So I'd expect Bungie to add to the Trials of Osiris because it did so well, because people love it so much. And if they were experimenting with the map rotation, I think that they would want to continue and further the Trials of Osiris, because you wouldn't experiment with it this late in the game if you had no plans with it. So I definitely anticipate them doing something with the Trials of Osiris. And you know, I've been hearing people saying that new game mode should be in the Trials of Osiris, all this, all that, changing up the mechanics. I don't think Bungie wants to fix something that's not broken. Because if they were to rush out the gates of Taken King by changing the Trials of Osiris, people would be like, what? What's this? Like, I think because they decided to experiment, they're trying to get feedback on things. They want to see how the players will react to things. So for them to suddenly just change it all up doesn't equate to me. I don't think that makes much sense from a business standpoint or from just a common sense standpoint. Come on now. And now that leaves us with the Prison of Elders. Now the Prison of Elders, I enjoyed it originally. It was cool originally. It's hard for me to put to words how I feel about the Prison of Elders, because later on it just became annoying. I just wanted the Queenbreaker's bow, and that was pretty much it. I didn't give a damn for any of the other things that it had to offer. But in all honesty, it was cool because it was something new. It was an addition to PvE that we have not seen before, and something that wasn't explored before up until then. And I think something like that, round-based combat, is something that people really like, and I think that it could go further if they decided to do so. When you think about round-based combat, well, when I think about round-based combat, I think about Call of Duty Zombies, and that was a ton of fun. People would just play on there for hours and hours, not even touching multiplayer for a while, because there was so much fun to be had there. If the Prison of Elders or any round-based combat in Destiny could provide that amount of intrigue and fun, oh my gosh, the entire community would love it. That's all they need to do, just make it fun. Turn it into more fun and less grind, because the way I'm thinking about it, we have a raid on the way. A raid. And the Prison of Elders is no substitute for a raid. Honestly, when you think about it, during the House of Wolves, people were just so upset that we didn't get a raid because this doesn't equate to a raid. So I don't think that they should make the Prison of Elders, or even try to make it equate to a raid if they decide to further that experience, because it should just be for fun. It should just have that kind of Call of Duty Zombies appeal to it. Just more fun rather than grind. Something that you could just sit back and just enjoy. But will they have the time to add all this when they already have something like it? I highly doubt it. I mean, this is just me saying what would be really cool to me. It doesn't really sound that probable though. But what I can say is that Bungie could capitalize on the whole factor that we have an alliance with the Reef. So what they could do with this is capture some of the new enemies we have, or just any enemies during this entire war, because they might be fighting on a different front than us, and we'll see in the Prison of Elders what they had to go up against, and we'll go up against it. Think about that. That would be pretty cool, wouldn't it? I mean, they could just add more to it. I don't think that they would ditch Skolas, because that would kind of ruin the House of Wolves content. But in the place of some of the bosses that we've experienced or fought against, they could replace them with some new Taken enemies. And I really, at this point, still do not understand what we do in the Prison of Elders, why we're there and killing criminals. But whatever, we're there. Let's just roll with it, I guess. So we could have new rewards, a new incentive to play the Prison of Elders. But my whole thing with the Prison of Elders is it didn't do as well as a Trials of Osiris or anything like that, or nearly as well as a raid. So I think it should just be a little bonus thing. It should just be fun. It should just be an addition to PvE content, more of a variety towards the things that you can do and aspire towards. So if they decide to ditch it anyways, meh, I don't really mind. I mean, we have so much other things to prioritize now with the Taken King coming out, so this isn't really that bad. But the Trials of Osiris definitely needs to come back. If that's anything Bungie needs to break and mold into a higher plane of existence, it is the Trials of Osiris, because it's so much fun. There's so much enjoyment to be had with the Trials of Osiris. So what do you guys think is going to happen with House of Wolves content? Would you like to see either the Prison of Elders or the Trials of Osiris, or both, come back and be better than ever? Tell me what you think in the comments. I hope you'll like, subscribe, all that jazz, and I'll catch you in the next one.